Welcome back to the deep dive. You've brought us some source material, and yeah, we're ready to jump in. I'm your guide today.
And I'm here with you, ready to dive deep. Always good to be here.
Absolutely. So, today we're tackling something really fundamental in English, aren't we? Talking about the future.
That's right. And specifically, we're zooming in on just one little word, will.
Based on these excerpts you shared from English with Alex and Bree, episode 12, talking about the future, will you come? What's interesting?
Yeah, it's a good one because it's practical. It really cuts through the grammar jargon and shows how will works in, everyday conversation.
Okay, so our mission, as always, is to take this material, pull out the core rules, the key examples, the practical stuff.
Basically give you the essentials.
Exactly, a shortcut, so you can feel more confident using will when you're talking about, well, what's going to happen next. Ready?
Let's unpack it.
All right. So first off, the material points to will as being like super simple, your basic go-to for future stuff.
Yeah, it covers a lot of ground plans, predictions, promises, even those quick decisions you make on the spot.
And structurally, how does it work? The source mentioned it's a modal verb.
It is, yeah. But don't let that term scare you. For practical purposes, it just means it follows this incredibly simple, really consistent pattern.
Okay.
It's always. Subject, I, you, she, we, they, whatever. Then will. Then the main verb in its simplest form, the base form.
Subject plus will plus base verb. Okay,
Yeah.
you said base verb. That's important, right?
Hugely important. This is probably the best part for learners. The verb that comes after will, it never ever changes.
Never. Like never, ever.
Never ever. Doesn't matter who's doing the action, no weaning endings, no he, not even the S you sometimes add for he or she. Just the plain verb.
Wait, hang on. So even if I'm talking about she, I don't say she will comes. It's always she will come.
Always she will come.
Yeah.
Exactly. That consistency is like gold dust when you're learning.
Okay, wow.
Look at the examples they give. I will go, you will see. She will come, we will help, they will eat.
Yeah, laid out like that, it's the verb just stays the same. That is simple. Definitely easier than remembering all those other endings.
It really is. Such a useful pattern. But okay, knowing the rule is one thing.
Right. How does it sound in real life? Because I will go sounds a bit robotic.
And that's where the source brings in contractions. This is super important for sounding natural.
Yeah. Squeezing the words together.
Exactly. In normal, casual chat, you almost never hear the full I will or you will. It sounds too formal, maybe a bit stiff.
So we need the short versions. The source lists them, right? I will becomes I'll.
Yep. I'll. You will is you'll. She will, she'll, will.
There you go. They will, they'll.
I'll, you'll, she'll, will, they'll. Okay.
And the trick, the source points this out too, is getting the pronunciation right. It's about blending those sounds.
Right, like I'll. Isn't I will said fast? It's more like ale.
Exactly. Ale. You'll is like you'll. She'll is she'll. Will is wheel. And they'll is they'll. Ale, you'll, she'll, wheel, they'll. Getting those down seems like a key takeaway for, sounding less like a textbook.
It makes a massive difference, honestly. Practice just those sounds, then add the verb I'll go. You'll see.
I'll go. You'll see. Yeah, that feels much smoother than I will go. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. So we've got the structure subject plus will plus base verb and the sound use contractions. How about some real sentences? The source had examples, right?
It did. Let's look at those. They put will into action like, I will go to school tomorrow.
Okay, straightforward.
Yeah.
A student stating their plan. Simple, future action.
Or, you will see the movie tonight. What's that?
A prediction?
Could be. Or maybe like a really strong recommendation. Oh, you will see it. Trust me. Depends on the tone.
Gotcha. Then she will come to the party at 5.
That sounds like confirming an arrangement. We expect her at 5.
Okay, and we will help you with your homework.
That's clearly a promise, right? An offer of help.
Yeah, and they will eat dinner at 7.
Just stating a plan or regular schedule. Like, that's the family's routine. So those examples really show the range, don't they? Plans, predictions, promises, schedules, all using will.
Pretty versatile for such a simple structure.
And the source had some practice examples, too, using the contractions. I'll visit Paris next year.
Nice ambition.
Yeah.
And yeah, see? I'll visit smooth.
She'll play soccer tomorrow.
Simple plan using they'll.
You'll love this book.
Prediction or strong recommendation again. You'll love it. You hear that all the time.
So these just reinforce that core structure. Subject plus ill plus base verb.
Exactly. Simple structure, natural sound with a contraction. But even simple things have traps. What mistakes do people make? The source mentioned pitfalls.
Right. Common mistakes. Good to know what not to do. What's the first big one?
It goes right back to that base verb rule. The number one mistake is changing the verb after will.
Oh, like saying I will going. Or maybe he will eats.
Precisely those. You hear it sometimes. Because other parts of English need ing or s, it's easy to slip up. But with will, nope, always the base verb, I will go. He will eat.
Okay, lock that in. Base verb only after will. What's the second pitfall?
Forgetting the contractions in everyday speech.
So using the full I will go when you're just chatting casually.
Yeah. It's not grammatically wrong, but it sounds off. A bit too formal, maybe even a little unnatural if the situation is relaxed. You want to use all, you'll, she'll, and so on.
Right. So use the contractions to blend in. Makes sense. Choose the right level of formality.
Exactly. It's about sounding comfortable and fluent in the situation.
Now, the source also just quickly mentioned another way to talk about the future, something about going to.
I did, yeah. Just touched on it briefly. Basically, it flagged that will isn't the only way. There's also be going to.
Okay.
And according to this source, they're used slightly differently. It suggests will is often for, like, those quick decisions made at the moment of speaking, or maybe for predictions that are more like opinions.
Hey,
I think it'll rain later.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Whereas going to might be more for plans already decided before speaking.
Yeah.
But the source doesn't dive deep into going to.
Right. It just sort of flags it exists, but keeps the focus firmly on mastering will for now, which seems smart. Get one down first.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And understanding will properly gives you such a huge chunk of future communication.
Okay, so let's recap this deep dive. We really drilled into using will for the future. Key things were that super simple structure, subject plus will plus base verb.
The base verb part being crucial.
Absolutely. And then the importance of contractions you'll show for actually sounding natural in conversation.
Essential for fluency.
And we flagged those common mistakes. Definitely don't change the verb after will, and remember to use those contractions in casual chat.
Yeah, and I think the big takeaway here is just how powerful the simple pattern is. You master this one structure, you unlock the ability to talk about loads of future stuff, plans, ideas, predictions.
It's pretty empowering. So for you listening, the challenge is clear, right? Start listening out for will and all, you'll, etc. when you hear English.
You'll hear it everywhere once you tune in.
And then try using it yourself. Stick to that simple structure we unpacked. Subject plus ill plus base verb. Give it a go.
Definitely. And maybe something to think about. Isn't it interesting how sometimes the simplest tools in a language, like this word will, are actually the most powerful? They let us express really complex ideas, like time and intention, with such, well, basic building blocks.
That's a great thought. The elegance of simplicity in language, something to chew on. Well, thank you for joining us for this deep dive into the future with Will.
My pleasure. Keep exploring.
And if you found this useful, please do take a second to rate, review, and subscribe to the deep dive. It really helps other people find the show.
Until next time.
We'll see you there.